Here's why I think there's something a little odd with George. Because a lot of the times when he speaks, his words don't match his face. Something is askew. You can't talk about the war in Iraq with a smile on your face. He does it constantly. You have to, if you're the president, you have to say, we're going to talk about the war, I must have a frowny face. The only time you can have a smile when you're talking about the war in Iraq is when you go, well, 2 Iraqis walked into a bar. I should have known earlier about President Bush, but I gave him some rope, a lot of rope, and then he hung all of us with it. I should have known it when I heard him say, when it comes to evolution, the jury's still out. What jury where? The Scopes trial is over. I never thought that during the course of my life that a president would be elected who didn't believe in evolution, or at least kind of in the ballpark of it, or thought maybe it's got some merit. But no, he believes that the earth was created in 7 days. Whew. Takes my breath away. And why does he believe that? Because he read it in the Old Testament, which is the book of my people, the Jewish people. And that book wasn't good enough for you Christians. Was it? He went, no, we've got a better book with a better character. You're gonna love him. And you called your book new and said our book was old. And yet every Sunday, I turn on the television set. And there's a priest or a pastor reading from my book. And interpreting it. And their interpretations, I have to tell you, are usually wrong. And it's not their fault, because it's not their book. You never see a rabbi on TV interpreting the New Testament, do you? If you want to truly understand the Old Testament, if there's something you don't quite get, there are Jews who walk among you. And they, I promise you this, will take time out of their very Jewy day. And interpret for you anything that you're having trouble understanding, and we will do that if, of course, the price is right. Was the earth created in 7 days? No. For those of you who believe it was, for you Christians, let me tell you, then you do not understand the Jewish people. We Jews understand that it did not take place in 7 days, and that's because we know what we're good at. And what we're really good at is bullshit. This is a wonderful story that was told to the people in the desert in order to distract them from the fact that they did not have air conditioning. I would love to have the faith to believe that it took place in 7 days, but I have thoughts. And that can really fuck up the faith thing. Just ask any Catholic priest. And then there are fossils. Whenever anybody tries to tell me that they believe it took place in 7 days, I reach for a fossil and go, fossil. And if they keep talking, I throw it just over their head. There are people who believe that dinosaurs and men lived together, that they roamed the earth at the same time. There are museums that children go to in which they build dioramas to show them this. And what this is, purely and simply, is a clinical psychotic reaction. They are crazy. They are stone cold fuck nuts. I can't be kind about this because these people are watching the Flintstones as if it were a documentary. There is a big difference between the Old Testament and the New Testament, and that is the New Testament God is really kind of a great guy. He is, especially when you compare him to the Old Testament God, who is a prick. I don't know what happened to God, over time, how he matured, if he went to an anger management class. Or maybe just the birth of a son calmed him down. But before he had the kid, holy fuck, he was out of control. All you got to do is read the Old Testament. It's unbelievable. Look at Abraham, the first man to have faith in one God. And what does God do? Hey, Abraham, come here. Come here. Bring your kid. Let's barbecue him. Moses spends his life, crosses the desert with them, 40 years devoting to his people to get them out of Egypt, across the desert to the promised land. And God goes, hey, Mo, you're not getting in. Kiss my ass. Oh, there's a guy you want to work for. The reason that the Old Testament God is a prick was because the Old Testament is designed as a book to get the Jews to straighten up and fucking fly right. Because they were out of control. They were 10 hairs away from being baboons. And that's the point when I do that in the South, that you can hear the veritable fucking pin drop. Figure it out, okay? You watch Jerry Springer. That's what we're like now. Imagine what they were like then. They needed rules. They needed to know that marriage takes place between a man and a woman, because they were wandering into camp with camels going, I'm in love. I don't give a shit what you are. You can't marry a snapping turtle, asshole. I arrived in Washington, D.C., and I went to the Hilton where it was taking place, and they said that the president wouldn't be able to be there that evening because he had to leave to go to the funeral of the Pope, who had just recently passed away. And at that point, I, a Jew, felt that the Pope should be nominated for sainthood. Because he had performed a miracle. He'd made the president disappear. He died so that I could live. They then told me that since the president couldn't make it, that Vice President Cheney would be there instead. That is exactly the same sound that was inside my head. Only it was much louder, and in the background, 10,000 chimps were shitting. Now I've got Vice President Cheney. Holy fuck. I guess the Pope knew I was a Jew. You have to understand that I devoted 4 months of my life to this 20 minutes. I had to. Ask any comedian who's done the gig. You have to work and work. I had to spend day after day transforming whatever the fuck it is that I'm doing up here into a precise series of very refined knock-knock jokes. The room that I was performing in was the room that my senior prom was in. And so I opened with the following line. I said that I feel exactly the same way that I felt at the night of my prom. That I'm wearing a tuxedo, I feel awkward, and once again, I'm not going to get lucky. If you were the adults, you would have said laid. Laid is the reason you laugh at Lucky. You don't go, Lucky, well, I guess he's playing Yahtzee. But you have to say lucky in front of them. You cannot say laid. They do not want to hear that word. That is another word that makes them cry. I spent 20 minutes up there, and it was the longest 20 minutes of my life. Because the entire time that I performed, my brain was going, say fuck, say fuck. Fuck, 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 fuck. Don't say fuck, he said fuck, you can say fuck too. But I made it. I didn't snap, I got through it, and when I was done, they gave me a standing ovation. And when I should have felt this immense sense of pride in performing something that I did not think could be done, at that point where I should have felt as proud as I've ever been as a comedian, I felt like a whore. Obviously, many of you have never felt that, and God bless you. But I did. I felt like a whore. I felt that really it would be more patriotic and I'd be better if I'd just been in like a little pink dress with a blonde fright wig and some rouge and glitter, because the guys like that, and been blowing sailors who were going to leave for Iraq for $5 a pop. And sure, they wouldn't have been happy, but neither would I, okay? My parents were there, and they're both in their late 80s, and they are so they're like salt and pepper shakers. And Paul Wolfowitz raced up to them afterwards, and you have to realize that Paul Wolfowitz is a neoconservative who's designed many of the programs that President Bush seemed to follow. And neoconservative, by the way, most people don't know what it means. I know. It's someone who watches The Matrix and believes it's real. So, my parents don't really like Paul Wolfowitz, and whenever he's on TV, they literally just go, "Arr, arr, 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 arr." And I have to throw down a Chewy toy and let them tussle for a while. Then rub both their bellies till they calm down. He races up after my performance and hugs the two of them. And they said it was the creepiest moment of our lives. We don't even like this guy. And now we got to be nice to him. We can't say anything to him because he liked you so much. And I thought, wow, now I know why I'm a whore. My parents are whores too. And as we were leaving the room, my parents turned to me and went, "Don't you ever do anything like this bullshit again."